there's something funny about the game, because common sense would tell you that you practice year-round to play 12 times doesn't make sense, and then you practice in 105-degree weather on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and beat each other up, and all so that you can get to the game. And there's just, it's hard to explain. It's the greatest game in the world. I think it's a combination of the camaraderie of what, the camaraderie that's brought to the table. I think that people are drawn to it because it's a really hard game, and people are proud when they can be good at something that's really hard. And it takes a lot of hard work, but it gives you a good sense of self-worth, in my opinion. And, the physical part of the game, many people are drawn to that. It's the only place you can be that violent and not get arrested, And I just think it's those type of things, and it's probably a mixture of all of that. And I've many times thought, what is it? But it's the greatest game, and I think it's a combination of all those things that attracts guys to it.
But yeah, I really tested Auburn, and if you ask him, he'll probably tell you that too. Some of his family members called and asked me about the test a few times, but they were just concerned. But I tried to, but they'll start with a clean slate from day one. But if you don't practice like a game, or if you don't put them through some tough times and try to simulate some tough things, you really don't know what you're going to get. And even going into the games, I didn't know for sure, because we talked about all the time. There's guys that can be imposters. They can look the part, they can say the right thing, but are they going to go out there and execute? When the lights are on, and he's one of those kids that have done that.
Is it his mental toughness that you were testimony of?
Yes, because it's physical. It wasn't a problem. He showed you that he'd go and hit a linebacker. He showed you he'd go crack, and he didn't really have a lot of regard for his body. He was diving for balls and things like that. I wanted to know when the heat got on him, when he had to make a play, like we simulated 4th down or we simulated 3rd and 7, could he get off press coverage and go make a play? But what he brings to the table is he's long and lanky, and he can catch the ball away from the framework of his body. A lot of guys have to have it tucked into their body, but he can reach out, and you look at a lot of the times when he's taking a picture with him catching the ball, he's extended catch it. And I think the most important thing is he bought into the last 6 inches of a catch. You very seldom will find a picture of him catching the ball without him, what we call eyeballing, really looking that ball in.
That was the first for us. So I know that Ben, I was on the headphones with Ben. He said, well, Ontario's a little dejected because they got 8 men up there and he's not having the success that he's accustomed to having. So I had Ben talking to him, and I was talking to him, and it's just like a SEC game. You may get 20 carries, you may get 100 yards, but on that 21st carry, when that hole opens, we got to be able to go 60 and be in a position to get it done. So I was proud of them just because of the elements. We stood up in the elements, and we didn't turn the football over. The ball didn't go on the ground. I was more that was my concern. I was concerned with them stuffing us on the run because I knew we could throw it. Eric is big for us because he's a very intelligent football player. So we can do lots of things with him. He can babysit Ontario on the field. There's some times when Ontario needs some help with some things because he's never played college football before. So, and then he's versatile. He can make plays in the passing game for us. He's a great pass protector. He can run the football. So he's a coach's dream because he's a safety net for us. If there's ever an issue, I can just Eric go, and he'll take care of it.
I mean, number one, you're sitting there now, you're taking on all the blocks. You're getting hurt. You don't get a day of not running into someone. So I believe in get as much as you can because, even though Coach Chiz takes the pass off, we're still bumping each other. So that's my issue with it. So my stress is it's not a day off. You got to keep getting better. We got to work through the bumps and bruises, but I believe the ball comes past us first. Let's make sure we do what we need to do to make sure we're on the ball. And after that, if we don't get it, let's chase it down. Oh, yeah, if you watch that tape, Divine, Well, he's going to probably carry Devine to the goal line with him, but Devine did the old elementary school trick where he stuck his foot in between his legs, and I was like, and I kept showing him, I said, look how he got you down, big man. So we all had a great laugh about that, but the effort of Rick's playing hard as he played and to play with great effort, and then for that to happen, it all pays off when it starts in practice.